So guys, today we're harvesting this field across the highway. It rained yesterday-ish a little bit. We were supposed to get hit, but we never did. So now we're harvesting this field here across the highway. This one should be probably a 2-day process because we started here at like 4 o'clock. So we started pretty late. So we'll probably get done pretty late tonight, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock again. And then we'll pick it back up around 11 tomorrow, hopefully. As you can see out the back, you can see all that dust. A guy asked me what do we do with all our straw. So at one field we did have all of our straw just laid out in the rows like we like. We'll have some guy come out there and bale it. We'll put as much as we can in the trapper wagons to use as bedding. The rest will get baled. That guy will take 30 or 40 bales for himself, and then he'll leave the rest with us, and we'll store the bales here and use them as bedding throughout the year and throughout the winter time. It's way nicer than marsh grass. It falls apart easier. It soaks up a lot easier. Yeah, it's just that marsh grass is free, and we don't usually have a lot of straw. But as you see this year we do. So what he's doing now is he's just letting it spread out. So basically the combine just tosses it out through that 15-foot section he's taking out there, and it just lays it down kind of as a cover. And when we come in with the cultivator, which is sitting right there, that will all get tilled into the ground to be used as nutrient value with inside the ground and replenish the nutrients that we're taking out of the ground as well. So that is what he's doing right there, and that's what that's for. So that answers your questions for that. So we only have 30 acres that we're going to leave as the actual straw, and the rest is going to be just spread it out onto the fields, obviously. So yeah. So guys, we got both the fans on, drying out this wheat. As I said, this one's about half full. We're gonna switch over pretty soon. This one's probably getting pretty full. I'm gonna go see how full it is right now. But yeah. All right, guys, he's gonna take that wagon out. We got a wagon full of wheat right there, our bent 544. We're gonna leave that product in there. I don't know if we're gonna sell that or what we're gonna do with that yet. But anyways, we're gonna fill up the water tanks here, and then we're gonna go look at what we got going on for that field over there. Go see what kind of product we got. All right, guys, got the water tanks full here. Yeah, we've been staying pretty busy with this rain on and off. We I've been green shopping both of our green shoppers here. Cow's been pretty hungry. Feeding a little less silage, trying to get our silage to oblong towards the end of the summer. We're about one door down, or about 4 feet from the bottom right now for silage, so we're running pretty low. Obviously, we won't make silage for another month and a half, so we gotta stretch it out for 6 weeks. Anyways, here's our bent 44, or 544. As I mentioned in past videos, this does have hydraulic brakes, drums in the back. It has mechanism as the bow gets pushed in. Little hydraulic gets pushed and the backs get locked up. Obviously trailer brakes, not trailer brakes, trailer lights. This is a more of a road use gravity wagon. So we're gonna climb up there, see the product. Right off the bat here, guys, looks pretty clean. You don't want a lot of these little guys. The little like shells they come in. You just want clean grain. Not any straw in it either. Let's give it a try here. Pretty good stuff. So guys, this wagon we got here holds 2 combine fulls of wheat. Works out pretty nice. So you need to haul this out. You fill it up twice, bring it back to the farm. So obviously, like I mentioned, we're gonna leave this one alone here for right now. We're not gonna empty it. We might take it to the sale, get a little money so we can pay our combine guys and pay off a little debt from seeds and whatnot. So yeah. So like guys, I've mentioned, I just want to put this in here too. Every combine load is about 300 bushels. So in total, this is a 700 bushel unit we got sitting right here. The wagons that we have been using are only 300 bushels at a crack, so yeah. If you look at the size comparison, here's a 600 bushel grain bin. Here's a 300 or 200 bushel grain bin, or grain gravity wagon. So yeah, it makes a big difference when you got this one on the farm. Obviously, we can haul a lot more loads, highway use or road use, with this sucker to wherever we're gonna sell it. That way we don't gotta get a semi out here. We can do 10, 15 loads with this bad boy, get our silos completely empty, compared to say using one of these. Do a lot more loads. Usually we have one of our guys come out here with a semi. They'll take, you know, 1 or 2 semi loads, sell it for us, and then we pay them for obviously the trucking, and then it just makes life easier. We'll do that in the winter time, probably around February time. We'll sell our product dead middle of winter. That's when prices are pretty high usually. So yeah. climbed up there, guys. Each silo is just above those little rings there, or half full, whichever way you want to look at it, or half empty. So yeah, we'll finish completing this one, filling this one all the way up. This one will stay half empty. My guess is we'll sell this one here to make room for our soybeans. We don't have many soybeans, but all of our soybeans should fit in this silo alone. All of our wheat should fit in one of the silos alone, but we planted a lot of wheat this year, so that obviously explains why we're using 2 silos. Yeah. So in there right now, it's 80 degrees. We got our fans blowing on. Dry the product out. Obviously, we can control what we want it at. So here's 80 degrees. Probably set to about 60 degrees. This will cool it down to that nice temperature and just dry out that wheat. Obviously, we control all of our fans and whatnot through this panel box here and our augers. So how these work is, obviously I've said it in the past video. Right here's the brim. This is all open. Air just gets pushed up throughout the silo and exits it through the tops of those and the vents up the top. If you go up there right now, you will feel that heat and that wind just kind of push through the grain. Obviously you can look at different studies and different heat studies done with these silos. These work pretty good. There is other silos as well which have obviously round bottoms. Those seem to work better as well with, first off, unloading the grain. If I mean by round bottoms, I mean the floor starts here and it caves up, meaning that all the grain will funnel to the middle. Obviously, unloading wise, it makes a lot more sense. You do lose some bushels there, and it's quite a bit more expensive because that needs to be reinforced and, you know, blah 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 blah. But anyways, this is what works for us. This is what we got. So yeah, you can feel the air actually coming out of this vent right here, out of the auger part there, because it's all open. So it's pretty cool to see one of these in person. Obviously she's pretty strong holding that grain in there. So yeah. So obviously on the books and the paper, we plant X amount of seed in the ground, we're expecting X amount of bushels, but what you don't see and why paper is not always accurate is, look right here, we got some spillage here. Say if some of that wheat's knocked down, say if that wheat didn't yield correctly out there, that's obviously going to affect our books here, or the paperwork obviously of how much bushel we'll get. Or say spillage, like we have some spillage up by our auger here spilling onto the ground, that's obviously going to affect us a little bit. Or, you know, obviously seed that's going to be left inside the augers here, that'll just get dumped out. We usually put it in pails and we'll feed it to the deer like that. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have a little bit of waste going on here. Inside the silos, our silos are rippled. Obviously you can see that they're not smooth around. In between those ripples, we'll have a little bit of mold buildup, or a little bit of just buildup that's we just need to discard of later. As we're emptying that usually will just funnel off and just keep stacking onto the top. Then so when we get to the bottom, we'll just shovel it out, throw it outside the door. I don't know if we can see any sitting here. Doesn't look like any. Obviously you can see some soybeans growing here when we emptied her out last year. We saw soybeans. The soybeans got launched out here and grew over there too. So yeah, more you know. See, we got some wheat growing here. It's just all waste that has just been thrown out the silo and we can't use it. So these silos have been sitting here for 5 years. Obviously starting to rust a little bit on the bottom. Silos usually worn out less than 15 years before you gotta build new ones, or, you know, maintain them, spray them, get the rust off, put some sheet metal over the holes. So yeah. So some people are wondering how auger works a little bit here. So it's PTO driven. This drives the entire shaft all the way up. Then a gear chain is driven by the chain drives a gear, and this secondary gear then pushes a shaft up in here that hits a 90, which comes down to here, which then a shaft goes all the way through the auger and comes out to two other chains which drive the other two augers, which pulls it all to the middle, which then shoots it up the chute, which drops down there, which then shoots this whole thing up to there. Pretty simple. Whoever came up with it is probably a millionaire right now. But yeah, that's how it works. Pretty nifty. Not sure how high this Westfield will go. I'll let you guys research that for yourselves. Looks like it can go pretty high for some pretty high operations. Yeah. Looks like we'll end the video here, guys. Thank you guys for watching our entire wheat process. It means a lot to us that, you know, we can show you guys this and you guys can experience this as well, and also to document this kind of stuff for, you know, later endeavors when farming does change, because farming has changed. This is how we do stuff now. I don't know how we'll do stuff 15 years down the line. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting us, obviously. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day.